3 essential and affordable nutrients that become indispensable after the ages of 50, 60, and 70. Once you pass the age of 50, your body may be facing challenges that go unnoticed. The absence of a single vitamin could be draining your energy, compromising your bones, and silently increasing your risk of serious health problems. Have you ever felt a kind of fatigue that doesn't go away even when you sleep well? Leave a comment with your age and how you've been feeling lately. What's most alarming is that most people only realize this when the condition is already in an advanced stage. Every day, millions of people deal with deep exhaustion, diffuse pain, or memory lapse, thinking all of it is just a natural part of aging. However, these symptoms could be a clear sign that the body is crying out for a vital nutrient that is in short supply. We're not talking about expensive or hard-to-find formulas. These are affordable, simple, low-cost vitamins, but their absence can seriously compromise the body's functioning. Science has already shown that as we age, the body loses much of its ability to absorb certain nutrients. The gut no longer works like it used to. Metabolism slows down, bones lose strength, and the mind begins to show signs of wear. What few people know is that there are 3 essential vitamins that can help slow down this decline and even reverse many of the symptoms associated with aging. In this video, you'll find out what these 3 vitamins are and how they can positively impact your health at 50, 60, and even 70 years old. But pay attention! Just knowing what they are is not enough to make a difference. The way you consume each of them determines whether your body will actually absorb them or if you'll just be throwing money away. Before we go on, I want to ask you, do you feel an unusual exhaustion or body aches that seem to come from nowhere? Comment below with your age and how you've been feeling. And if you want to keep receiving content that can truly transform your health, make sure to subscribe to the channel and activate the bell so you don't miss anything. Now that you understand why this topic is so important, let's get straight to the point. What changes in your body after 50? Our body was made to operate efficiently, but over time, that performance begins to decline. After the age of 50, processes that used to happen naturally begin to be compromised, and one of the first to be affected is nutrient absorption. The gut no longer retains vitamins and minerals the same way, which means that even people with a good diet may be dealing with silent deficiency. Muscle loss accelerates, making simple everyday tasks more difficult. Activities like climbing stairs, getting out of bed quickly, or lifting something heavy begin to require more effort. The circulatory system also starts to show signs of wear, with stiffening arteries and an increased risk of high blood pressure. What many don't know is that the root of much of these changes is linked to the scarcity of certain vitamins that the body can no longer absorb as it once did. Memory starts to falter, the feeling of fatigue becomes constant, and immunity begins to weaken. For many, all of this seems like a natural part of aging. But in fact, these are symptoms of nutritional deficiencies that can be corrected. And when this correction is done properly, the effects are impressive. Energy returns, thinking becomes quicker, bones regain strength, and even chronic illnesses may improve. Research has already confirmed that 3 particular vitamins play a fundamental role in longevity and health after 50. The first is crucial for maintaining the balance of the immune system, the heart, and the bones. Without it, the risk of bone fractures and heart problems increases considerably. Vitamin D3 acts like a natural shield against osteoporosis and heart disease. Deficiency of this nutrient is one of the most common and least noticed in the aging process. Unlike other vitamins, which are easily obtained through food, D3 depends on sunlight to be produced by the body. However, over the years, the skin loses its ability to synthesize it, and most people simply don't reach the necessary levels through sun exposure alone. The result? Weaker bones, reduced muscle strength, a weakened immune system, and a higher risk of heart attacks and strokes. There is a direct link between lack of D3 and osteoporosis. Without it, the body cannot use calcium effectively, and the bones begin to lose density. Every year, millions of fractures could be prevented with proper supplementation. But the benefits of D3 go beyond bone health. Studies indicate that deficiency in this vitamin can increase the risk of cardiovascular problems by up to 40%. This is because D3 plays a direct role in blood pressure regulation and arterial health, helping prevent inflammation and hardening of the vessels. A 65-year-old man came to the clinic complaining of constant fatigue and body ache. He believed he ate well, but tests revealed extremely low levels of vitamin D3. With the right supplementation, his energy increased, the pain decreased, and he regained much of his physical strength. For D3 to fulfill its role, proper supplementation is essential. The ideal dosage varies from person to person, but generally 5,000 IU per day is recommended for those over 50. To ensure proper absorption, it must be taken with a source of fat, such as olive oil or fish oil, since it is a fat-soluble vitamin. But taking care of bones and the heart is not enough if the brain is vulnerable. Vitamin B12 is the engine of your mind and vitality. Intense fatigue, forgetfulness, and slow thinking are not just signs of aging. They are often signs of vitamin B12 deficiency. This nutrient is essential to keep the nervous system functioning properly and to produce red blood cells. It's responsible for delivering oxygen to the brain and muscle. When it's lacking, the body starts to wear down, with symptoms like constant tiredness, difficulty concentrating, and even depression. Over the years, the stomach loses its ability to absorb B12 from food. Even those who regularly eat meat and eggs can end up with a deficiency because the stomach acid needed to extract the vitamin from food decreases with age. This helps explain why so many people over 50 report weakness, memory lapses, and even tingling in the extremity. One study showed that elderly people with low levels of B12 are up to 50% more likely to develop Alzheimer's and other forms of dementia. This happens because this vitamin plays an essential role in creating the myelin sheath, a kind of protective coating that surrounds neurons. Without this layer, brain connections become slower and less effective, accelerating signs of memory loss and impaired reasoning. A 72-year-old man came to the office with difficulty remembering recent conversations and reported constant fatigue, even though he was sleeping well. Tests revealed that his B12 levels were extremely low. After a few weeks using methylcobalamin, his energy improved significantly, and his mind became clearer. The way this vitamin is consumed makes all the difference. Methylcobalamin is a more efficient and already active form of vitamin B12, with much higher absorption than cyanocobalamin, which is the most common synthetic form. The recommended amount varies, but for most people over 50, around 1,000 mg per day, preferably in sublingual form or via injections, is usually enough to reverse the deficiency. However, protecting the brain won't help if your blood circulation is compromised. Magnesium acts as a true natural ally for vascular health. For the heart to function well, a balance between certain minerals must be maintained. While calcium contracts muscles, magnesium ensures they relax afterward, helping blood vessels to loosen. When this balance is disrupted, symptoms such as high blood pressure, cramps, irregular heartbeat, and unexplained muscle pain may appear. The detail here is that a large portion of people over 50 have low magnesium levels and don't even know it. One of the major culprits of this deficiency is everyday stress. With each moment of tension, the body uses magnesium to keep nerves and muscles functioning properly. Without proper replenishment, the signs slowly start to show: poor sleep, irritability, and lack of energy. Over time, the effects intensify, increasing the risk of heart attack and stroke. A 68-year-old man had been living for years with uncontrolled blood pressure and constant muscle pain. After several unsuccessful treatments, he decided to regulate his magnesium intake and noticed a significant improvement in both sleep and blood pressure. But not all types of magnesium are well absorbed by the body. The most recommended forms are magnesium malate and threonate, especially for those seeking to improve mental and cardiovascular health. Taking it at night in a dose of around 300 milliliters helps the body relax and also improves sleep quality. Furthermore, It's essential to avoid excessive calcium intake without magnesium, as this can lead to unwanted buildup in the arteries and joints. Maintaining healthy levels of these three vitamins is the first step to regaining vitality and well-being after the age of 50. But just as important as knowing which vitamins are necessary is understanding how to use them correctly, ensuring the body actually benefits from everything they have to offer. So how do you take these vitamins the right way? Choosing the right supplements is important, but if they're used improperly, the benefits may be lost. Absorption depends on factors such as the time of day, the type of food eaten along with it, and even combinations with other nutrients. Small details make a huge difference between a supplement that works and one that shows no results. Vitamin D3, for example, needs to be taken with a source of fat, since it's fat-soluble. Taking it on an empty stomach or with just water can severely impair absorption. The best time to take it is during lunch or dinner, ideally with vitamin K2, which helps direct calcium to the bones and prevents it from accumulating in the arteries. Vitamin B12, on the other hand, works differently. As we age, the body loses efficiency in absorbing it through the digestive system. That's why the sublingual or injectable version is the most recommended, as it goes directly into the bloodstream. Many people use B12 capsules thinking they're solving the problem, but the body absorbs only a very small fraction in that form. Methylcobalamin is the best choice, as it's ready to be used by the cells without needing any conversion. Magnesium should be taken at night, as it helps the body relax and improves rest. However, combining it with calcium at the same time can interfere with its absorption. That's why it's best to take them at different times. People with more sensitive stomachs may benefit from the malate version, which has excellent absorption and fewer side effects. When these vitamins are combined in the right way, they enhance each other and work together to strengthen bones, muscles, the heart, and the mind. The most important thing is consistency. Taking them for a few days and then stopping will not bring results. It's through continuous use that the effects begin to show. More energy, less pain, a sharper mind, and healthier aging. Small changes in your habits can completely transform the way your body responds to time. And if you want to keep learning how to improve your health and maintain your vitality, watch the next video and discover how simple actions can lead to great results in your life.